not a rapper though.
It's okay.
Okay. All right now. All right now, welcome to another episode of Ultimate True. I'm your favorite co-host, Star Morning. What gives? Let me see some confetti if you're ready for tonight's show. Yeah, let's not. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, y'all. But we are here for a new episode. If you have not done so already, please like and save the world and download the Rumble app so you can watch this show back. Also, you can download One Gear Radio, where we're going to sit here and tell you the ultimate truth and nothing but the truth. Here we are. We're going to introduce. Wait, who am I introducing? All right, we have our special lady here, our producer, Amina. Oh no, don't do that.
Okay.
I'm lost. Hi, Amina. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm doing fine. You're looking beautiful as usual.
Thank you, girl.
Who am I introducing next? You? Okay. And here's that guy who can't find none of his socks, Grimlock.
All right, everybody. I am your host of the show, and we've got our co-host Star Morning who's going to join us in the chair so we can talk about our topic, and we got our producer Mina, and I want to thank Jay for recording the show, and please give confetti to our security guard Miss Good, and some confetti to our engineer in the back on the ones and twos playing the tunes, introducing the music for all of us except me. She forgot about me, but that's fine. All right. They're going to make a couple of quick announcements. I am not only the host of this show, I also own an internet radio station called One Gear Radio. You can go to that website, or if you want to download the app, just get rid of the .com. We play all kinds of music here, there, or anywhere. We do not play any artists that have been involved in domestic violence or child molestation, and we try to promote women in music. And very soon, we're hoping to be uncensored from 9 p.m. Eastern to 6 a.m., 9 p.m. Eastern to 8 a.m. Eastern. And we're going to play the uncensored music just for the adults, because we are the morning station for the third shift listener, and we are what FM stations want to be. Now, on for the awesome part. Who wants to win some money?
Woohoo!
Nobody wants to win. Okay, I thought so. All right, here's what we're going to do.
That's crazy.
If you download our app, One Gear Radio, we're going to be making announcements over the next couple of weeks. Get acclimated to the station. Hit the three lines in the upper left-hand corner of the app. A menu button will open. There should be something in there that'll allow you to give a shout-out. What we're going to do is we're going to have you acclimated to all of our slogans. What FM stations want to be is one of our slogans. Come and smack our app. One Gear Radio is another slogan. And the third one is download the one app that'll grind your gears, One Gear Radio. What we're going to do is we're going to have everybody making a soundbite. We're going to choose the best ones we like, and we're going to play it on the air. If you are listening, you'll be able to text me on my Instagram, which is Gear Radio. So you might want to go to your Instagram and add Gear Radio. You text me what time you heard it. And what we will do is we will give you, if you heard it and you text me within 10 minutes, you will win $10. But it doesn't stop there. At the end of the month, we're going to choose the best ones of all the winners, and you get a chance to win $50. Who doesn't want $50 in their pocket? Exactly. So make sure you download our app, One Gear Radio, and you'll be able to find out when we're going to start doing this. We're hopefully going to get that ball rolling in a couple weeks. You just got to remember the slogans, and you can either sound sexy, you can sound funny, you could do however you want. Just no cussing for right now. You can use your innuendos, whatever it is you want to do. You can make it sad, you can make it happy, you can make it romantic, you can make it perverted. Whatever it is you want to do, that's what we want. We want you to be participating in the radio station because we want you to win cash. Am I right? There we go. All right. Tonight, we are going to talk about journalism. We have a lot of people that do talk shows in here, and some are better than others. I'm not saying I'm the cream of the crop, but, hey, I'd like to think that I'm at least up there in the top 5 shows, if not number 1. All right. So what we're going to talk about is all kinds of journalism. All right. There are many types of journalism. Now, what is journalism? Journalism is the practice of either using newspaper, if people actually still read that stuff, whether it be online papers or regular print newspapers, also radio, TV. There's all kinds of journalism. You either can be a comedy show like Howard Stern used to do, or some of your morning stations do. You could be a sports journalist. You could be a commentator. You can be a political analyst. There are many types of journalism. But then you've got your south of the border journalism. You've got your tabloid journalism and your, what do we call it? Gossip mongering.
Gossip mongers.
Gossip mongering, which is what a couple shows seem to like to do on here. There are people that like the drama. There are people that like the intrigue. There are people that like to fight, especially in here. But you got to learn what is crossing the line if you're trying to be a serious show and what is the truth, as we try to promote here in Ultimate Truth, and what is tabloid and false news, as our former illustrious president used to say, fake news. Okay, we try not to be fake here.
Illustrious. Anyway.
Shut up.
That's fake.
So anyway, so give it up if you like the show so far. Give me some confetti. Woo! And let's please invite your friends. And let's have some fun. I'm going to take my spot over here. Over here in the host box. The hostess with the mostest. What?
You mean the host with the most?
The host with the most body weight in here. Okay. All right. So, as I have stated, I own, and I'm just a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to have my producer and my co-host a little bit about themselves and their knowledge of this. I own and operate an internet radio station. I've done comedy shows. I've also reported on the news. I have actually done a college newspaper. So in a way, I took a journalist class. I took high school. I took a journalist class and wrote for the high school newspaper as well. Although, do we really consider that? Whatever. I have owned an internet radio station since 2011, although I did shut down for about a year because of COVID. But we're back up running as One Gear Radio, and I like doing it. I can get on the air anytime I want, and broadcast news or do a comedy show, do a sports show, whatever. We are eventually going to be getting hosts for my show. We're going to become a legit internet radio station, like most of your stuff. I've always wanted to be a radio announcer since the days of Casey Kasem, Rick Dees, Don Cornelius. Those are some of my idols when I grew up. Dick Clark, that sort of thing. So I want to give it up to first our producer, Mina, to let us know what it is that she has done.
What I have done? Well, my major in college was actually broadcast journalism with the minor of accounting. I wound up on the accounting side, though. But I used to work at a television station in our area. I've also reported and written newsprint. One of my first interviews one of my major first interviews was for somebody named, and I hope you guys know this, Dr. Harry Edwards. I interviewed him, wrote articles on him. And I also, like I said, worked at a local television station where I was a broadcast journalist major. So doing that, And also right now in my current situation, I've also worked with newscasters in the area for print and dialogue for their coming into our communities, for giving back to the communities and working with them directly. But the things that I've seen in here, there's so many different aspects of journalists. I've seen investigative journalists. I've seen broadcast journalists. I've seen watchdog journalists more so than anything. And I think that some of the podcasts that are coming out now, I think they're pretty great and have done a lot for journalism, though you've sort of isolated the print media of journalism. But podcasters, they do come in, and some do say that they're journalists. However, when you see someone who does a little bit more, oh, it's all about me and revenge, I don't really feel that that's a journalist. And I sort of laugh, and so do my other colleagues and friends. We sort of laugh on that aspect of it because that's not coming over as a journalist. And I think that when you do that, you need to have a responsibility of taking yourself out of it and not being so biased in your own opinions, but reporting the accuracy of a situation. And I think that's a responsibility people have. And you know, when you start cursing and start getting your feelings involved, you take your situation and you put it into garbage journalism, which we call it. And even with for podcasters, you see the mongling and of them doing that. It's not a good and healthy situation. And if you want to call yourself a journalist, go right ahead, but you're not doing anybody a service for that, especially for those people who are legitimate in their approach about responsible journalism. So that's what my take on it is.
All right. Thank you very much, Amina, for that insight on what it is you do. Star Morning, if you would like to give your expertise on what you have learned or what it is you've done or haven't done.
So I'm a recent graduate from college, December 2023, as a mass communications major and a minor in history. I will let you know right now, journalism, it's many different types of journalism. So for example, Grimm. Sorry. For example, Grimm. Grimm is what we call a shut up. Grimm is what we call a digital media journalist, meaning he uses digital means to do it, like radio or this VR. VR is actually a form of digital media. A lot of people who call themselves journalists or like podcasters. So podcasters, they go on grounds of factless grounds, basically. Meaning they don't know what they're talking about. They're just gossiping about whatever. That's what most podcasts do. Let's ask Andrew Tate for one. He's a podcaster. Is all of his facts true? No. Is he still stuck up on the facts that he have? Yes. Well, not facts. They're opinions that he has. Most journalists don't realize most of their little factual things are opinions or how they take on other people. It's not facts, especially when you're out here. I would say, what's the word? I want to say like talking bad. Let's go with
Tabloid.
There we go. Let's go with chatting. We're going to go with chatting instead of tabloid. We're going to not use that harsh term right here. But let's go with chatting. People that are chatting, you're gossip mongers. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing. And they're just saying stuff to people and bringing down people's reputation. For especially with you, Grimm, with your situation and everything like that. Especially that said individual who's making those said rumors is now facing the consequences of her actions, of her being a gossip monger. Being a gossip monger has consequences. There's laws. You have to follow those laws, especially in media. It's called defamation. You can sue for that.
And there's another word also called slander. Now, for me,
slander, there we go.
For me, I've also actually had my fair share of interviewing some really famous people. And some of them were like the guy who played Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. I've gotten to interview him. I've gotten to interview porn star Mimi Miyagi. I've gotten to interview, Rhonda Shear from the 80s, USA's Up All Night, and she also does HSN. She sells her own lingerie on HSN. I have gotten to interview a cult comedian. When I say cult comedian, you basically have to know him to know who he is. His name was Dr. Dirty. He's very famous along the East Coast, especially in colleges. I've gotten to interview a Star Trek character. I've gotten to interview Wanda Sykes. I got to interview. That was one of my very first interviews that didn't go over so well. I have gotten to interview the first wife of Muhammad Ali. I got to do that. So, I mean, I've had a very interesting list of people that I've gotten to interview, and I've had fun with each one of them. Now, for anybody
that's
out
called
there,
credibility.
exactly.
That's
For
right.
anybody
That's
out there that
credibility
is
right there.
interested in doing
Credible
something
sources.
like podcasting, you have to discover what your niche is. Do you want to be comedy? Do you want to be news? Do you want to be an opinion person? That is a form of podcasting, but it's credible to a point. Even some of your
It's not
newscasters on
journalism.
places, well, yeah, but even some of your journalists on like CNN and Fox, they are opinion broadcasters. Now you've got some people on CNN and MSNBC that are actually
And even
journalists, but
Fox.
and then you've got at least maybe two people on Fox that are actually journalists, and then you've got your people on your podcast like Dan Bongino and who's the guy? Rogan, not Rogan. Rogan, isn't it Rogan? The top podcast. I think it's Seth Rogen. And so, I mean, these people, you can make money off doing this. It's a lot of hard work. You also have to figure out, do you want to play music? Well, then you have to worry about copyright licenses. Like I have copyright licenses to play the music for my station. Those do cost fees. You also have to consider, do you want to register your business in order to have like, to be able to actually get people that might want to purchase like commercials or sponsorships. You might want to start a business, an LLC. That way it protects you from getting your personal account sued. So there's that. So Amina, what was one of the funnest things you ever do other than the interview you said? What was one of the funnest parts for you for broadcasting, whether it be in print or whether it be in media like TV or radio?
Opening up the television news broadcaster, working with him directly and sitting beside him during the newscast.
Okay, and what did that entail? If anybody
a lot of
here,
rehearsal, a lot of fact checking of what we were reporting, and just working side by side with him. I still know him to this day. And even still, it's and also giving back to the community and doing those things and working with the broadcasters for our local news stations here.
now, do you find that most TV personalities they have a producer to look up this stuff and your fact checkers to look up
Yes.
this stuff,
Yes.
or are there some actual news broadcasters that actually look up their own information?
So
Well,
we-
you do have some people that do look up their own information,
Yes.
like Darcy Strickland. She's very
Mhm.
famous here in South Carolina, or Jim
Mhm.
Dandy. They actually go out and get these fact
do their
checks.
own.
They do their own
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, the investigative reporters do. You can see them. I worked with a couple, even knowing a few of them that go out and do their own investigative reporter. Then you might have some that are sitting behind the desk waiting for the feeds to come in and they report on the news. So there's different aspects of it.
Some of them even
Now-
hire PIs.
Mhm.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. Is if they're trying to get a story in a situation that could be dangerous, do they actually like work the part like an undercover policeman and do this, or is there a line that certain people won't cross?
So that's illegal. The impersonation of a police officer, that's illegal. So
Well, no.
don't do that.
We're not saying impersonating, like go undercover to get a
be
story.
be
There's an investigative
yeah.
reporter.
Some
That's
people
what-
Right.
do it. Some people do it, but it's very dangerous to do so. And I think they also banned that. So they still do it though, because who could tell?
Right.
Well,
That's
you
the
might
purpose
have
of it.
some that are working the foreign desk in some of the
That
major broadcasters like CNN, Fox, MSNBC. Some of the other ones.
See,
are
a lot of
doing-
people don't trust CNN for that
Mhm.
said reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, I like the
so-
jokes at the end.
Me too.
Right. I like
love the
I like
jokes.
gut filled with the jokes in the beginning. So
He's
but
pretty awesome.
but what I like to say is that for you, Star Morning, what I don't know how much experience you have actually doing this in the real world, but when you were in college,
Uh-huh.
when you were in college, did you ever get any type of hands-on like experience for what do they call that? What you do in college when you volunteer?
Intern. You got
That's it.
intern.
When you
Internship.
intern,
Yeah,
when you have an
I
internship.
will actually let you know. I interviewed the president of the United States.
Really?
Mr. Biden himself. Yes, I have. He came to my school, and it took me a long time to get there, but I had this little pass that said press and whatnot, and we had to sit there and record what he was saying, what he was going to say, and then take pictures with him. I didn't take a picture of him personally because I'm in the military. I just rather not do that. But I interviewed him, asked him all the questions so I have went up there, like I went from 0 to
Good for
100
you.
really quick.
Good for
So
you.
That's awesome.
And then, but the thing is, though, in my degree, I like to focus on the voice acting, which is I'm a voice actor, as you can see. This is why I'm
Yes,
here
we
with
do
you.
know.
This is
I did
why
not
I'm your
have
co-host.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Anyway.
Hey you. But yeah, this is why I'm his co-host. Like that's what I do.
Yeah.
But
Now I do
did
remember one time I found a story that was I used to do a show on the radio called the Almighty One Show, and we were kind of like a Howard Stern type thing. I do remember there was some little funny story that I found, and I got it in my head to try to call President Obama, and
Lord
I had
mercy.
fun with that secretary for about 10 minutes, and then I posted up on Facebook the re-recording of the show, and I had said we tried to call the President of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama, about an issue that is killing young
last
men.
name was not his middle name is not Hussein. Say it correctly.
I think
Is
what?
it?
Yeah,
No,
it is.
it's not.
No, it's not.
Wait, hold on.
Whatever. Barack
Let's
Obama.
Thank you.
I said tried to call Barack Obama, the president of the United States, Barack Obama, about an issue that is killing young men. Well, it turns out that there's these things that actually monitor words on
It's
Facebook.
Hussein.
And so the next day when I went to check the stats of who had listened to the rebroadcast of my show, I had 3 people from Washington, D.C. had actually downloaded the audio. I was looking behind me for 2 weeks for a big black Escalade because I'm a Republican. I was looking for a big black Escalade to take my ass away. So yeah, there was
Hey.
that.
Hey, at least
But
she
does
wasn't on
anybody
campus in a secret. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, at least she wasn't on campus with Secret Service on the freaking roof pointing snipers at people.
Does
that was
anybody have
scary.
any
That was
questions about being interested in doing something like this, or do you have any questions about what we do up here? If you please come on down to where it says One Gear Radio, you can ask your question if you'd like, or make a statement. No? Anyone? Okay, well, we're gonna move on. We're gonna continue on. So if
Oh,
Star
wait.
Morning, oh, we got a
We
question.
got one.
You're muted, my friend.
Unmute yourself.
You got to turn your hand the other way.
Oh,
There you go.
All right, groovy. Great show, guys. Amina, awesome work. Star, I love what you've done. But and Graham, this is my first time here. I was invited, and I absolutely enamored with your whole spill, man. You are the truth. I appreciate you. But we are Republicans, Graham. We are Republicans. But when Amina said, she said his middle name isn't Hussein.
It is.
and
It's Hussein.
Hussein.
Hey, at least it's not
Mhm.
Joe Biden's middle name. Robinette is
Robinette, yeah, that's a really weird
Robinette.
name.
Good
Right.
Lord.
But no, I was more interested. Now you say you Joe Biden kissed you?
No,
When you-
no, no,
No, he was sniffing it. He was sniffing her hair.
I wanna we gotta,
Listen,
because this is what I
ain't gonna
heard.
lie. I ain't gonna lie.
No, she
Listen.
did not say he kissed her.
No,
Sniffed
no. I
what?
didn't know. I
Or
interviewed
sniffed it.
him. I mean, I didn't even
Oh.
get this man didn't even get a chance to touch me. Okay, I'm just letting you
Oh.
know right now. It was
Did
me
he-
and my classmates. Listen, it was me and my classmates. We were all surrounding him. Got the cameras pointed up here like this, and
Yeah.
freaking. He was over here giving his speech and whatnot, and he was like, "What question? This question here." And I ain't gonna lie, I was throwing out the questions like, "Hey, what are you gonna do, 2 years from now with the country?" And you see where we are.
Yeah. Now,
Well,
was
okay.
he able to speak coherent sentence, or did he go?
wait.
I honestly,
Well,
listen,
I think
I will
maybe if it were Trump, he would have been talking only thing about himself.
He actually
So,
came to
Oh,
our
man.
school too.
This is our resident Democrat here.
Yes, I am. Yes,
No,
I
but
am.
that's fine.
I'm
That's
proud
called
of it.
balance.
That's
Yes,
called
it is.
balance. That's
Yeah,
why I
because
love
you
her
keep
on the
talking
show.
about it, and we're not.
But I
here
say
for
Trump did come to our school. He did, but nobody went to go see him. I'm gonna let you know that
Yes.
right now.
that.
Nobody
Nobody
went to go
want to
see him.
see no
No,
rambling.
nobody
No,
want to
no.
see an orange. If I want to see
okay.
an orange, I want
On
to
my next question, was because the Democrats were saying that.
Well, we're not trying to turn this specifically into a political show.
Yeah, we're
but
not doing politics.
more like
now.
what
All right.
we're talking about the different styles of journalists. And if you have any
Okay.
questions, like if you wanted to start your own podcast, what to be
All right.
careful of.
Okay, well, no, you did give me some good intel there because you told me to start an LLC, which I don't have currently to
Right.
protect my interests. I'm what you might know as a content journalist, if you will.
Okay.
He's a
Mhm.
Okay.
Because I absolutely create content on TikTok and things like that.
Great.
Okay.
Binge TV media under Binge
Right.
TV media on TikTok. So these are some of the things that I like to do. But what I do is I like to find interesting things on the internet, talk about them,
Adult
give my-
content.
no, not necessary.
I was giving a joke. Sorry.
No,
I know,
that's
poor
fine.
taste.
No, but that's fine. I like to, and I try not to
They'll
really
grow back.
steer people one way or another. But I just like to bring things that I may know the answer to. But
Right.
I won't. So that's really my deal because I'm like more probably like she said. I have just an opinion, and they
Yes.
probably aren't really based on facts a lot of times.
Right.
So-
right.
So I don't try to force my opinion on people, but I'll put out my content in a way which makes you think. I always say viewer intelligence is preferable. Okay.
Killer
Right.
intelligence is definitely preferable.
Like we know of a show that just likes to put up disclaimers, and they put up these little things on YouTube, and they're mostly attacking me, but they're now attacking other people as well. And some of the things that are being said, some of the things that are said, like, you shouldn't bully people to do this or that, but yet in their little video, it doesn't even say that I've done that. So it's that's why I like to say in for our show, justice is blind, the truth is absolute.
Absolutely. And it doesn't need any help. It really doesn't. Well, thank
No, it
you guys.
doesn't.
I guess I don't want to dominate the time. I appreciate you guys letting me speak. And
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. She wants to give you more information there, Shug.
Oh, let's go.
You can't hear you. Can't hear you, Star. You're on mute.
No, I think you're on party only.
No, she's not.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear
Okay.
me? All right.
You back.
I will give you one piece of information right there. I made a dude look stupid. Just know that, okay?
Yeah.
He was following up the person that was going after Grimm,
Yeah.
but she's a racist. She's a racist.
Mm.
But you got a
We-
group
we
of
don't-
black people following
We
her
don't.
up.
We
We
don't.
don't want
We
to.
don't want to do that here.
Yeah, we don't want to do that here. So we just kind of we're
just
just kind
saying.
of like poking
Yeah,
the
y'all-
bear, so to speak.
No, y'all pretty good with how you handle them. I'm interested to see how you handle that. So yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. We don't talk about them on our show, but they
Sure.
like talking about us on their show. So
Oh,
it's
no, I
fine.
don't-
That's why we want to talk. We want to bring education to the masses or humor to the masses.
Right.
Like I said, I used to do a humorous show. Does anybody else? But we want to thank you for coming out, and I hope that you'll become a fan. Tell your friends.
Absolutely.
Definitely
Okay,
come on
'cause-
back.
So
Will
yeah, you
do.
have to come on back. So
Will do.
we don't know
Hold
what
up,
we're
one
going to do
second.
next week,
Okay.
but Yeah, well, make sure you see us after the show. If anybody, oh, by the way, if anybody is interested in joining our little crew, sometimes we're going to need substitute people, so forth and so on. So that'd be great. Now, what about you, Bar or Angel? Do any of you have any questions? Like maybe you might want to do a fitness, since you're Angie Fitness, maybe you want to do a fitness show. You have any questions of maybe interested in doing something like that? Or maybe we can have you on the show and do a fitness show, talk about fitness. Would that be interesting to you? Yes? No? Okay. Some people don't want to get on the air. But a lot of times, like what I found out is doing interviews with people that don't normally aren't famous, or just, what I actually I was interviewing a stripper one time. I was broadcasting live from a strip club.
What?
I interviewed a stripper. Now, she turns around and says, I don't know what to say. Those people are the people I love the best, because by the time I'm done with interviewing them, they come up to me and they say, I feel like I just had a normal conversation. That's because then I get to lead them. If you are an extrovert like I am, you can lead people. Now, if you're a little bit more on the introverted side, that's okay too for broadcasting, but you might want to go into another medium that's a little bit more calming, like talking about cooking or fitness or, that sort of thing. So that's the kind of thing that you can do if you're interested in doing a show. Just remember, make sure you get your facts from multiple stuff. And when you're planning a show, and this, Amina and Star, you can attest to this. When you're planning a show, if you're doing a 1-hour show, plan for 2. Okay. Always plan for over. Okay. Find stuff to talk about. If you're planning an interview, plan for the interview, plan for the questions. Am I right, Amina? Plan for the questions. But if your guest doesn't show up, and that does happen in media, always have a plan B and a plan C, but always schedule your show for longer than what you do.
However, I've never had that, because we've always had contracts for the sources that I belong with people, and we pay them to come in. So they show up.
Right, but if somebody has a car accident, or their mother goes in the hospital and they can't show.
I've never run into that, but that's fine. I guess it would happen, but there's always contingencies, and it happens. So what we plan for is we dialogue everything, and we have it on a timeline. So if it meets, it has to run within our timeline, because going over can also cost you money in real life. So that's what I've noticed and I've seen.
Now, Star, have you ever heard of doing an interview and somebody has walked out? What do you think that should be handled in that sort of situation? And you're muted, by the way. You're muted. Yeah, give her a second. So yeah, this is what you're still muted. Anyway, so I'll just there you go.
Right, what you said?
What would you do? You've seen like for instance, this happens a lot. This used to happen a lot on MTV. The host would be interviewing somebody, and the guest didn't like what they had to say, and they walked out. What have you ever had to experience that? Have you ever seen that, witnessed that? And what did they do in that case?
Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry, Nicki Minaj. She does not like interviews. But as far as that, yeah, but I say we do in the terms of professional communication, we must do what they call the show must go on.
Exactly.
They gonna get mad. If the person gonna get mad, they're gonna get mad. But we have to move on. We are the time show.
Now we wanted to discuss tabloid and gossip mongering as a part of journalism. It's, I guess you could say, the seedy side of journalism, because the truth is a 3-edged sword. You have one side of a story, you have another side, and then you have what is the ultimate truth, which is what we try to broadcast on this show. So I guess, Amina, what do you think about people that do gossip mongering or tabloid news?
Everybody has to get fed. I mean, I think
that's
that gossip mongers, they provide a service to another segment of society that likes that type of tabloidism. They do. So people like it. people, you always have that. That's why they have morning talk shows. That's why they have certain judge shows. That's why they have certain things, because it serves a purpose to a certain segment of the population. But you know,
Go ahead.
sometimes you got to look at those things and say, what is the basis of your discussion? Is it based in fact, or is it based in your own reality? So, you know, it's just.
But don't you think they should have?
Like.
Don't you think they should have some integrity?
I think that
They're not going to do that.
I think some people should have integrity.
They're not.
Why do
They're
you
not.
think Inquirer is right there on the at the base of the shopping? When you walk into your grocery store, the Inquirer News is right there. Tabloidism is right there.
Right.
Because it serves a part of society. Just
Yes,
like,
but those people who claim to be an actual journalist truth show, but they're actually gossip mongering, you know, they should get their facts straight.
In my opinion,
well, yes, but like I said, it serves. I don't know what purpose these people are trying to serve for their own purposes or what they feel that their own reality is, but you know, it does serve their own a situation that they need to have fulfilled. I don't know.
I mean,
Okay.
in my opinion, I just feel like they ain't got nothing else better to do with their life. That's just me. I'm
That's
sorry.
true. Does anybody
if
have
you're
any
just
questions so far? No?
I'm just saying, if you're constantly online and you're just gossiping with no fact checking, no like research or anything like that, you just don't have nothing else better to do with your life. You just don't. I'm sorry. Like if you like
Exactly.
the drama, if you like the drama, you could like the drama. You could keep
mean,
up
there's-
with that if you want
there's-
to. Yeah.
Some people live for the drama.
Right. I
some
mean, like
people
there's
do.
one. There's this
mean-
one show
I mean,
that's named after a Wendy's commercial and from the 80s, and they claim they like to bring people together. I know I've been on the show several times, but Wendy Williams,
listen,
after an
you got,
80s.
she got shut down for a reason now. Come on now. She
No,
got
I'm
shut
talking
down
about
for a
after
reason.
an 80s fast food commercial.
I don't
and they-
support Wendy Williams at all. I'm sorry.
No, this
I
is
just
not
don't.
about Wendy Williams. This is like so they do this show that's garnered after a slogan from a fast food chain back in the 80s, and they claim to bring people together, but I haven't really seen anybody together, but they love to call people out and spread gossip and lies too, and it's unfortunate that and you got to be careful, like if you're going to do stuff
there's
like
an
this.
audience for that. There's an
Right.
audience for that. So they just found the niche and they're playing off off that audience. They provide a service.
They might provide a service, but they also provide, the fact that it's almost technically bullying in a sense. I don't know what
Hey.
you think about you two ladies think about that.
Listen. You see how Wendy Williams look right now? If you keep gossip mongering, you're gonna look like that. Just saying. I'm just saying. You're gonna look just like that.
God!
You're gonna look just like that. Listen,
Stop
Google.
that!
No,
Stop
Google
that!
a recent picture of Wendy Williams
that.
right now. I'm sorry, but you're gonna look just like that.
Stop that! Oh my
She's old
goodness
and
gracious.
outdated, and she look crazy. I'm sorry.
Oh my
That's
goodness
because all that gossiping.
gracious.
All that
That
gossiping.
has to be the statement of the century right there, Star
Hey,
Morning.
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh
She
man.
is not 80. She's not even 80. She's not.
Oh, she has
Yeah.
an illness. You guys know
Hey.
that. She
All right,
has an
well, we want to
illness.
welcome to the
Hey,
show
hey,
AW92. So like I said, if you have a question, you can come down here. We're not mentioning anybody else's shows or anybody else's person, but you can allude to it if you want. Come on down if you have a question about journalism. What questions might you do? I think you have a show, don't you? You can talk about your show. You want to come up and talk about it? No? Yes? No?
No.
Maybe?
I'll listen to a few more first, and then what I'll
Okay.
I
So
can't
anyway,
hear.
I heard him. So anyway, I think if you had to have Star Morning one dream interview, who would it be?
Chase Atlantic. Ooh, Chase Atlantic. You don't understand. I love Chase Atlantic so much. It's my favorite band. I know everything about them. Michael Cave, Clinton Cave. Listen, I just want to interview. I just want to touch their hair. I just want to touch. Please. I just want a little strand. Just one strand. Just please. Just please.
All right,
just-
Chase Atlantic. Atlantic, did you say? Chase Atlantic?
Yeah, it's an Australian
Okay.
alternative band, and you just gotta listen to them. Oh my God, it's the best band in
Well,
the world. It's
Chase
better than
Atlantic,
American
you
music.
have your first international groupie right here. If
Yes,
you're out there listening
please,
to this.
please see, notice me, notice me, notice me, please, please notice me, please.
Okay.
I just want a handshake.
I won't wash this hand for the rest of my life.
If I just give me his hat. Let me just smell his hat. Let me just do it.
Lord,
Let me just.
listen.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Biden's wife.
Hey, yep.
Wow.
Amina,
Let me just smell his
if you
hat.
same question, if you had the chance to interview one person,
You guys are
Lord
gonna
have mercy.
find
Listen,
that
they not
this
cute.
is going
Listen,
to be
listen,
weird.
Listen, hold on. They're
Wait.
not cute. They're not cute
But-
at all. But their voices
hold on.
are
Hey,
so
Miss
fucking-
Morning, come back.
I'm sorry. I'm about to
Okay.
give you the whole paragraph.
This is going to be weird, but I think that the person that I would love to interview, and I'm gonna go back, is William Shatner, because I want to know, was his life based in reality or was it based in fact?
Damn, you took mine away from me.
What?
I want to interview you, William Shatner.
I want to talk to William
That's how we know y'all
Shatner.
best friends right there.
Oh
Y'all
my
best friends right
God!
there.
Seriously?
Right here, y'all. That's
Seriously,
how you
I
know
would
they-
love to
wanna
interview William
know
Shatner.
what William Shatner's life
I
has
heard he's
been
a
like.
pain in the ass to interview, though. He
I
really
heard
is.
that when he went up on the shuttle,
Why
he
do you wanna
come down
interview him?
and
He's a
he's
pain in
like
the ass.
done. I just heard he was a pain in the ass too, but I would
He-
just love
yeah.
to know what happened.
There's some of the Star Trek actors that don't really like him, but I
Yeah.
wanted to ask, what it was like for back in the 60s for a white man to kiss a black woman. That it was actually the
Oh my
first.
God.
No, that's set records. That's set records. If you think about it,
That's not-
it was
that's
on
not
TV. It was the first time an interracial kiss ever happening.
Yes,
and
it
I
was.
think what?
Yes, it was. I know.
That's
it
what I'm
was.
saying. It was the first time an interracial kiss ever happened on Star Trek was between Uhura, who was played by Nichelle Nichols. I would love to interview her too, but I know she's dead. And James T. Kirk, played by Bill Shatner. Those two set like a Guinness Book of Records for being the first televised interracial kiss. A lot of people don't know that. So, but I think if I couldn't interview William Shatner, I honestly think I would love to interview anyone from the band Scorpions. They are my absolute all-time favorite band. I've seen them at least 20 times over since I was 19 or so. And Rock You Like a Hurricane. If you don't know the Scorpions, Rock You Like a Hurricane was like their famous song. And when they did a rendition of Rock You Like a Hurricane, it's called Hurricane 2000. It actually had a symphony in the background. If you've never heard it, go play it. It is an awesome
One
song
second,
with a
girl.
symphony.
Hold on. You
So-
said who?
Scorpions.
And
Their
you
famous
said
song was Rock You Like a Hurricane.
"Rock You Like a Hurricane."
Yep. And
Very interesting.
so if I couldn't have Bill Shatner, I guess I would, or William Shatner, I guess I would like to interview the Scorpions. So that's my
Is this
sort of
song
thing. So
from Stranger Things.
I wouldn't know. I don't watch Stranger Things. So what is Amina, what is the funniest interview you've ever seen on TV?
Wow. What is the funniest? Maybe with years. I mean, after just looking back at some old reels of Muhammad Ali.
Really?
And the guy that with looked like he had big ears or something like that, stick out ears. That sports newscaster.
Oh,
broadcaster.
okay. I
So-
think I know who you're talking about.
Years from seeing that, some of the things that they used to
This
show
is
that
Howard
in
Cosell.
Howard Carsdale. They used to show that in journalism classes and stuff. Those old interviews and styles and stuff. So I don't know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
something like that.
Ooh, I think I got an ace up my sleeve.
What is
What
the
was
most
that?
okay on TV Star? What is the most cringiest interview you think you've ever seen?
Cringe? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I thought he was gonna go with the funniest. Dang. All right. So the cringiest one is when the guy, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it went viral every freaking where. But the guy was trying to interview and some random dude came up and was like, pussy. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm so
Oh
serious.
yeah, there's this
It was
there's
a
this
meme
thing
for
now that
someone.
newscasters will be broadcasting live and somebody comes up and goes, "Fuck her in the pussy."
Oh
That
my
was cringe. I'm
God.
sorry. That was cringe.
Men and women do it. It's not just
I've never
men.
seen
Women
it.
do
I've
it.
never heard of that.
Yeah, so you know that's when you're doing a live broadcast, you gotta be prepared for like the most cringiest, the most just inane
think-
things.
I think mine was when Beyonce was being interviewed when she was pregnant and her stomach moved.
Ew.
I didn't see that
Remember?
part.
Ew.
She was pregnant and her stomach went up like
Ew.
she had a fake baby in there. That's what it
Hey,
was.
baby is crazy.
I
Yes,
remember
I'm interviewed.
Her last
MTV
show.
was interviewing was outside the Chinese movie theater interviewing people for Mission Impossible. Okay, but Mission Impossible was actually an old TV show in the 60s. And one of the members who played on that show walked up and in an interview he didn't know who he was, and he's like, maybe you should do your research. Walked and then came back and yelled at her again.
Well, then
I mean,
that's almost
I
like
like,
Rick James.
So the funniest interview I've ever seen was the lady who got out the fire. You know, the ain't nobody got time for that
Oh,
lady.
oh.
Her. Listen, they made a whole song out of it. It was the most
Oh
legendary
my
song
God!
ever.
Not
Ain't nobody got
today!
time for that.
Not
I
today!
got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Listen, that was the most legendary video ever. I'm sorry.
And how about
See, she
Catch Me
agreed.
Outside?
Look, and you agree?
How about does anybody remember Cash Me Outside? Does you remember that one? Cash Me
Mhm.
Outside.
Catch Me Outside.
No, Danielle Bergoli, she's cringe too. I'm sorry. Her and Woe Vicky are cringe. I'm sorry. You got famous, but still, you over here got famous off of disrespecting your mother. Come on now.
Mm.
Yeah. So, like I said, like you said, if you're gonna do any type of journalism, if anybody wants to get in this for the future, be careful about what you're gonna report on, because you could essentially, like for instance, I was accused of doing something illegal, which I didn't do, and they broadcasted it on their YouTube channel. Well, that could technically. There are people out there like that will watch this stuff and maybe research that person's name. And I've actually had, death threats. I've had harassing phone calls. So you got to watch out for yourself on what you broadcast and everything like that. So
Yes,
does
you
anybody
could. You
have
could
a
be
question
liable
that
for
they
some
would like?
things.
AW, do you have a question? Come on down here to where it says One Gear Radio. Ask your question. You're muted, by the way. Welcome, Crypto. Have a seat.
Hi.
You're
No, you
muted.
can't hear you.
You're
You
muted.
gotta unmute. Unmute?
Yeah, he's
Unmute.
working on it. There you go.
You got it? All right.
Right, hear us now.
Yes.
So okay, so when you found this YouTube channel saying illegal stuff about you that you didn't do, how did that make you feel? And I mean, how did that impact your real life?
Stuff like that, especially for people like me who suffer from depression. I mean, that could really, some people might harm themselves, or they've got to be afraid of other people harming, me.
Yeah.
And it's, you got to take a responsibility. Now, like for instance, like if I said something about you and let's say one member of the audience decided to start harassing you, I can't be held responsible for their actions. I have to be held responsible for what I say that could cause their actions to hurt you. Okay,
Yeah,
there's
got
the
you.
difference. The responsibility in me lies to make sure. And if you report on something, like I've had to do this plenty of times, I reported on something and I found out that what I reported on was inaccurate, then you have to go back and say, hey, retell the story and tell, because, like I said,
You have to
like
retract
if
it.
I'm
Okay,
reporting on a murder charge, let's say, and then we find out some new evidence came out that may not be the culprit that's being alleged as doing the crime. Well, then I got to come out and say new evidence come out. It's like science. When you do something and new evidence come out, you got to go with the evidence until it's actually correct. So you got to kind of, sometimes it doesn't help to be first. Like one of my favorite announcers is Dan Bongino, and he says it's not about being first, it's about being right.
Oh yeah.
So, it's a matter. Oh, Baby Angel has come in here. Welcome, Baby Angel. Have a seat. So, so do you have a show there, AW?
I don't know, not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Okay. Well, what was your show about? What did it cover?
Oh, it's just about the metaverse, about world creators, and just interviewing people, really. About their experience on the platform.
So it's more of
things
like an informative type thing.
Yeah, more of informative. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool beans.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are many types of people who do. You can do blogging in here. I know that Baby Angel has her own show every Saturday night. So we want to give kudos to her. I've actually been on her show. She doesn't take no guff either, but she actually has a really awesome show. I actually try to watch it every time it comes on. So, Baby, do you want to talk about your show?
Yeah. So, thanks for letting me.
He's still
Not a
on mute.
problem.
Oh,
It says you're muted.
hello.
Welcome,
Hi,
Baby
Baby
Angel.
Angel.
I love that
Hi,
outfit.
guys.
That is
I
so
don't
Good
hear
cute.
you.
morning.
There's
I
a
love
mic
your
above your
outfit
head.
too. You
Thank
ladies
you,
look
thank
both
you.
look beautiful. How you guys doing? Hey, Grimlock.
Hey, never no mention of my
Yeah,
outfit.
see.
Okay.
You look nice too. You do.
I'm just
You do.
kidding. I'm just
wanted to
kidding.
give big ups to the ladies. But my show, it's the What's Tea podcast. Actually, we just had our season finale of our very first season.
Come here.
So
Hold on. I don't know.
very
Awesome.
happy about that. We're going to be
Awesome,
coming back
awesome.
next month with
You see the
season
mic above
2
your
with
head?
more controversy, more topics,
you're
more
talking, I
fun,
don't
more
hear you.
games, more prizes. So yeah, we're
So you
really
consider
excited
yourself an
about that.
informative blog,
Oh yeah.
An informative blog.
or do you consider
guess I
yourself like
could. People
a
do
tabloid
learn.
blog?
Now, what's the difference?
Well, tabloid is generally, it's true, but it has like missing context. If I'm not mistaken, Amina and Star.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's like-
tabloid is like
Tablet has it's more like the watchdog type
very-
of thing. You're
A very
poking the
watered
bear.
down.
You're poking the bear. You're poking the bear constantly on certain
Nah.
situations and topics. So
nah.
yeah.
Well, we
I
poked
mean,
the
I
bear
do
when I was on the show.
Yeah, I was going to say when I had Grimlock on the show, I mean, it was like everybody that did not like him just shrieked. They got all types
I'm
of
sorry about that.
threats
sorry.
and all types of things. No, it's okay.
It's-
No, I was more concerned about the threats I was getting before the show even before we even oh yeah, I got called all types of
Wow.
black bitches. They were going to make sure I was canceled. They were commenting all up under the teaser that I had created
That's
for
so
the
wrong.
show. But see, nobody talks about that though.
Yeah, I
You know
didn't
what
know
I
you
mean?
Well,
were
actually,
doing
we were
that.
just
Yeah.
discussing
Wrong.
about,
Oh,
people
yeah.
who do their little shows, the couple people that have their little podcasts
You
in
would
here,
get it, you
and their
know.
gossip mongering, and how I've received, harassing people because people have given out my legal name in here, how I've received harassing phone calls, how I've received harassing texts, and I have to worry about my life. But as somebody said, if you don't have haters, you ain't doing something right. And I know I've got a
That's the
ton
truth.
of
Baby
haters.
Angel, did
That's
any of
the
these
truth.
people who were calling you these racial issues, or did they ever come up to you and say anything to your face?
Of course not, because
course,
that
because
would
they're
mean they had a
cowards.
backbone. People
Yeah.
love to throw rocks and hide their hands.
Yes,
that way
they
they could be
do.
like,
Yes, they
me,
do.
I would never do anything like that. Instead, they have behind fake pages, and they say other things that they would never have
Yes,
the
they
fucking
do.
gall to say to your face.
They would
You
never
know?
say it to
Oh
your face.
Lord, I know
You
that's
know?
right.
Yes.
Bunch of
yes.
Although I do
cowards, you
remember
know?
on your show, you did shut a couple of people down, and I was like, "Yay!"
Well, you know what? I had to because
I
you know
call
what?
people out.
Sometimes you have to, excuse my French, you have to let a motherfucker know what time it is. And because
Exactly.
I am so
'Cause-
nice and because I
'cause
can be so
fuck.
sweet, people think that they could play with me and they quickly find out that they cannot.
See, right
Yeah,
there.
So
yeah,
you
that's-
do have
Ooh,
to.
Lord, right there.
Oh yeah, people will bully you if you let them.
Yeah, that's
You know, but
Yeah,
at the
I
same
have
time, I don't
been-
let these people, I don't acknowledge them. I don't say their names. I don't, you know what I mean? All the subliminals and all of that other bullshit. I don't even
Yeah, don't do.
entertain them because you have to know that they're not even on their level. They're pulling
See?
you down to theirs. That
Yeah.
means that you're above them. I wouldn't even.
You had the right idea.
You're right about
but
that.
you got the wrong
Yeah.
bitch. That's all I got to tell you.
And that's on
Yeah,
facts.
yeah. Like I don't back down from nobody. So
Preach it. That's how you're supposed to say it
Who
and
calling me?
speak up on
Yep,
Mhm.
you're right about that.
oh no, we got our security guard up there, Miss Good. Everybody give up some
Hey,
confetti
Miss
for Miss Good.
Good.
And don't forget our
Confetti.
engineer in the back, Rose. Let's give some confetti to her for doing the music, whatever.
Hey, Rose.
Not the whatever.
This is nice.
Hey, Rose. So, how's everybody liking the show so far? Is there something you might want to come back to next week? Awesome, blossom.
Hell
So,
yeah.
Thank you.
what is the
Thank you,
most?
Angel.
Wait a minute, baby. I had a question for you.
Oh,
What
I'm
is
sorry.
the out of all the shows that you've done? Because we're thinking about ending our season in 2 weeks here. What is the funnest show, the most controversial show, and the show that didn't go well for you, but you recovered from it anyway?
Let me
So let's start with your
see.
best show.
My best show, it had to been when I had there was so many. Oh my goodness, I had so many
I
good
ain't gonna
moments.
lie.
One of my favorite ones was when I had Cutie the Sweetest. But I have to be honest,
I know,
Cutie
I
the
know.
Sweetest and British Candy, they both had came for a show. Somebody had canceled last minute. And so I didn't know what I was going to do. And both of my sisters swooped in. They came in. We had a really good show. My most controversial show, hands down, was your show. I mean, the show with you and Designer.
That's why they
Bentley,
always want them back on their show.
Yes, because I'm telling you, before I even put the show, I mean, I could see if I was getting cussed out after the show to even see what we was talking about. They didn't give a damn what we was talking about. They just did
it's
not
so
like the fact
juvenile.
that he
I
was
did make him
on
look.
my
I made him all look
show.
stupid. I sure did. I'll do it again.
Yeah,
she
because
did.
I
She-
mean, I just thought that was just so.
we call her we call Amina the peacemaker. We call Star Morning. She's my pit bull.
There ain't no
Don't have
peace.
time
Listen,
for
when
all
it
Yin
come
and
to me,
yang. Hey.
when it come to me, there ain't no peace. It's either you shut the fuck up, or we'll cuss you out to get you to shut the fuck up. That's all we're gonna do.
Oh my God.
That's me. Exactly. You got
Hey,
one
you gotta
time.
take that
You
angle
just got one
sometimes. I
time.
hear that.
Okay,
You
so
got
what
one
was your
time.
most cringe? What was your most cringe show that you had to recover from?
This one.
My most
good, y'all.
cringe show.
Oh Lord.
Don't say me.
I don't know because I handle pressure fairly well on the show.
Yeah, you did.
I can't really say. No, there were a couple moments where I had like cringe moments, but on different shows. But it's always when somebody comes and says something that's kind of like a jab that I'm not
Yeah.
expecting.
Yeah.
It's different when I'm
KGP.
expecting it, then boom, I got something for you. But then when somebody comes and they do a jab, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't on the show that you guys were on, and it wasn't on any of the shows that I missed. Probably one of my first shows, my very first show, I had no one to record the show. And so that was that. So I'm glad that happened like that for a reason, because there were a lot of cringe-worthy moments because I didn't know what I was doing. It was my very
Well.
first show. I didn't have nobody to help me, you know.
I'm
so-
glad we found Tyree
Yeah.
to record all the shows and put them on Rumble for us.
Yes,
The world traveler himself,
Hey.
J1000, for being on it. So let's everybody give him some confetti for recording the shows for this. We definitely want thank him for doing the shows. So, if you had a chance to interview one person, either if you can get them, if they were famous, you could get them on the Oculus, or you could do a show in real life, what would be that one person that you would love to interview?
Kendrick Lamar. He's the hottest thing out right now.
Oh, that's a good one.
Baby, he hotter
So-
than
They not
fish
like
grease
us.
so
right
They
now.
not like us.
we got
They not like us. Hey, Kendrick,
not
like
like
us.
us.
Girl. Hey.
so far we've got an Australian band. We've
Hey,
got a
listen.
Star Trek character. We've got the Scorpions, and you want to introduce Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick
K-Dot.
Lamar,
What a
Hey,
absolutely.
K-Dot, man.
selection.
K-Dot.
That
K-Dot.
usually when somebody goes to war with Drake lyrically, Drake ends up. I'm not
Losing
saying
miserably?
Drake ends them, but something
Oh, no.
changes about their career, and it's usually not in a good direction.
Shoot.
This
Pusha T,
time, he
his
buried
song dropped
Drake,
last night.
dug Drake back up, cremated him, opened his ashes over the ocean, and then lit that
Just
shit
let
on
him
fire. Like I'm
chewed about-
telling
spat
you,
about
he
Abraham Lincoln,
demolished
chewed it, spat it back out.
Drake.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've never
He
seen
did.
the last time I seen anything remotely this close to this was Hit 'Em Up with Tupac, and even that wasn't on grand
Oh, wow.
as on grand of a scale because we didn't have social media and things like that.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
this is blown
Hey,
up
listen.
even bigger.
What you,
know
should
what I'm
do is
saying?
tune yourself into an artist named Tom McDonald, MacDonald. He is, oh my God, some of the stuff he sings about very controversial.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Right.
but this
Kendrick-
one, the
Kendrick
reason why
done
I
wrapped
said
this man
Kendrick is
back in the
because this is
fatherhood.
the most noteworthy
Mhm. Yes, it
beef
is.
that's out right now. Like it's major.
Did y'all see the
Yeah.
video? Did y'all see it dropped last night? It's in
Yeah,
the
it already
billions.
has over
It's
50
in the
million views.
billions. It dropped only last
Okay.
Wow.
So what we're
Nice.
gonna
Wow.
do is we're gonna start getting ready to wrap up the show. Is anybody have any questions or any comments of what either about us or our show or what they would like to see us do for
I do.
future
I
shows?
just have a question.
I do.
Sure, come on up, Miss Good. Welcome our security officer.
Hey,
It's for you, honey. Come on back down here.
for me? Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right.
Now, when they post this, just for the next 2 days, you're gonna get hate on again because they didn't want you on that. They didn't want him on your show, and you back on here. Oh hell!
Mhm.
Well, don't worry, I'll take care of the haters because
That's
Baby
okay.
Angel.
Where's the camera at?
We don't need
Oh,
you to
hey,
do
hey,
that. You got
cameraman!
other people to
Here,
help you
I
out.
want you to give a good shot of my ass so they can kiss it.
There you go.
Zoom in on it.
Wait a minute,
Zoom
let me
in
join you.
on
Get a
it.
good shot
There
of
you-
my ass so they can
Oh
kiss it.
my
There we
goodness.
go. There we go. I wish I could jiggle this shit because they can kiss my ass. Let me tell you something. I'm a 41-year-old nurse. I deal with people cussing me out all the time.
All the
I will
time.
be damned if I let one of these little spineless punks sit up there and try to run me off of anything because I could have an opinion.
Tyree, I hope
talk
you're
about
getting
a
all this.
fucking snowflake. Talk about a fucking snowflake. Everyone they could talk about their opinions, but I can't talk about mine.
I
can't
know,
say what
Yeah,
right?
and some of
I
them
can't
are as
go where
white as a
I go.
snowflake
I can't
too.
go. I can't do what I want to do, baby. The
spicy
North
here.
won years ago. I could go and say and do whatever the fuck I want.
And when they
I'll
tell
tell
you
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 what,
don't
if
need
you
to be
can
on the
look up-
Oculus anymore,
look up-
what do you feel about that?
Look up.
What'd you say?
I've heard them say that you shouldn't be on the Oculus or people shouldn't be on the Oculus.
Yeah, they've said
anymore.
that
Just
about me,
leave
too.
the I'm like, you
Okay,
pay
now
money
to
for my Oculus.
that,
It's a
I
bad
actually
game.
have prepared a song for that. Okay, are you guys listening?
Oh my God! Let me
Ready?
get
What?
Oh,
Wait,
release.
Because you'll miss it. You'll miss it.
Okay, I know this is gonna be stupid.
It's the world's smallest violin, playing the most saddest, beautiful.
Oh my
song
God! I'm
just
done.
for you. Kiss my ass.
And-
Oculus.
and
Wow.
Baby Angel has decided. Baby Angel has decided to walk amongst the commoners.
Amongst the gods are we? We're gods amongst peasants.
But it's gonna
Oh
be
yeah, no,
so
but for real,
good.
fuck these people. Guess what? That's why I don't even, I just jump out and I just do what I
Hey,
do because
Just like
I
that
feel
outfit,
like-
they're green with envy.
period. You know what I mean?
That's
I'm
more of a
be
deal.
worried about doing things. Oh, they're not gonna like me. They don't like me anyways. Oh,
There
they're
you
gonna be
go.
mad. They're mad anyway. So I might as well be who I am
I said,
and
I
do
like
what
you
I
for
want
the
to
both
do.
of
As
us.
long as I'm not
Why
hurting
always
anyone.
so mad?
I'm not-
Why always so mad? That's
Well,
what I
it's a
like.
personal
Mad.
thing. It's a personal
Yeah.
thing. And
All
guess
right.
what?
They won't
Different
wanna thank-
bodies,
have-
same spirit. Either it's here on the show, or it'll be at your job, it'll be at your school, it'll be one of your neighbors.
Well, thank you for coming
miserable
out,
people.
Baby Angel, and
Thanks
supporting
for
the
having
show.
me.
Thank you,
I'm gonna-
Yeah,
I'm
gonna-
absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, I haven't had you
So-
yet, but we can work on that.
Oh my God!
Oh, honey. Listen, I went and do you with her coochie, okay?
Oh,
I can't. I didn't mean to cut that low. Look, you took it there. You should have took it there. Ooh.
honey,
Y'all-
honey,
y'all
honey,
ain't making
if
it
I
no
took
better.
it there, you
God
might not
damn it.
feel it.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Okay, that ain't a dig at all.
All right, everybody. I want to
Okay,
thank
how did the
Baby
show-
Angel.
It's just
I want to
saying
thank
you ain't
Baby
got it.
Angel
Thanks
for
for
coming
having
out.
me. Thanks for inviting me. I
want
had
to
a
thank
fun.
everybody
I had
who
a
came
buzz,
out and had a
always
good
had
old
fun.
time. So if you'll take a seat, I'm going to end the show.
End it, honey. End it.
All right,
You
thank
ended
you.
all right.
All right, everybody. My name is Grimlock, and on behalf of my security guard, Miss Good, my engineer, Rose, our recorder, Jay, and our producer, our lovely producer, Amina, and our wonderful Pitbull, Star Morning, the co-host of the show, and the hype woman, and the person who'll clean up the trash after the show.
Let's hear you.
So anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Remember, if you are interested in journalism, please be careful what it is you do. Unless you really want to be the wild child like Howard Stern, you're going to have to take your licks. I know when I did my Howard Stern-like show, I got called a misogynist. I got called a sexist. I got called this, even though the women on my show wanted to be on the show to begin with. Even when we turned them into a food platter because it was funny. Like, and don't be afraid to be different. Be different. If you have something that you think is funny or you think is interesting or you think that somebody else might like, I guarantee there's a niche for everybody out there. So thank you for coming on out. I hope that we can see you next week. Can we have some confetti to see you? Maybe you'll come over next week. I'm hoping everybody enjoyed the show. Did everybody enjoy the show? All right. All right. We want to thank everybody for coming on out. Tyree, thanks for recording. Download our app Rumble. Download the app Rumble and look up Gear Radio without the one. And like I said before, if you're interested in winning some cash, we're going to be making this announcement to getting it done very soon. You have to download my radio station app, which is One Gear Radio. We're going to ask you to record a little thing with one of our slogans, whether it's "We are what FM stations want to be," come and smack our app, or download the one app that'll grind your gears, One Gear Radio. Those are our three things. And if we choose you and you hear your little announcement on the air, you have 10 minutes to basically message me on Gear Radio, not One Gear Radio, Gear Radio Instagram's page. So you might as well add me on Gear Radio Instagram. You have 10 minutes to message me and say, I heard my voice. And then what we'll do is at the end of the week, you'll win. We'll pick one winner and then you'll get, I believe I said $10. $10. Okay. And then at the end of the month, we're going to choose from all the winners and then you'll get $50. So, who doesn't want cash, right? Who wants cash? Who wants cash? Everybody wants cash. Crypto, you want cash? Yeah, there we go. So make sure you download our app, One Gear Radio. We're going to be making the announcements of how you're going to do that over the next couple of weeks. So you're going to have to keep coming back to our show. So every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, on the one show that is the truth, the whole truth, the ultimate truth, because justice is blind, but the truth is absolute. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
All right, y'all.
Go and smack our app, One Gear Radio.
All right.
I tell you one, that baby, everybody need a friend like her in their pocket.
Hey, listen.
Describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on.
Wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got one thing.
Whoa.
I got one more thing.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Who's doing that?
That's a star.
Oh.
And look, wait, and she told us to hold
Yeah,
up
you're
too,
you
y'all.
have to
I'm
step
like,
out a little bit
I'm
more for us
waiting
to
on
hear
see
you.
what the hell- and you got no
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Ain't
Nobody got time for that.
hello. How are you?
Good. Did you like the show?
I loved it.
You know what? Ain't no creepies or no.
Thank you.
Try to show
No,
up.
I haven't.
If you
Girl,
want to
who
be
got that
talk, you got to
song?
come
What
out
that
because you're in a
song?
mute. You're in a
Hey,
mute zone
Sweet
right
Bro,
now.
listen, Sweet Bro, she's funny as hell.
I'm going to tell you, this is. I think this should have been the ending one for the quarter or for this.
What
the
time is it?
season.
Yeah, because it's
I
he said
think
in
so.
2 weeks
Alexa,
it'll be over. This one
stop.
should have been
Yeah,
the
this
last show.
should be
Hey,
the
so
last
what'd you
show.
I don't
think?
even know how he gonna top it.
Good.
Yeah, because this one was a good show.
Did you like it,
I
Andy?
Yeah, I
didn't
like
think it
this
was
show.
gonna be
I
that
like this
good.
show.
I
To
think
be
this should
honest,
be the season show ending.
You need to
I
step
didn't
out a
get
little
it.
Sure?
more.
You sure?
There you go.
I
You sure?
think
Oh.
so. I
Yeah,
think
I
it
didn't-
should
I
be.
didn't-
We're
So
going into
anyway, make sure
July.
you download
July,
the
we
radio
recap
station
another
app,
one
One
and
Gear
how